Hey everybody, Fifth Horseman here, playing more Kerbal Space Program, and you see here is the husk of my old Joolpollo ship. It's going to be left in orbit around Jool forever. It has no fuel. I've also got the return vessel up here, which I think this will go to? No. This is the return vessel. It's got all the stuff stuck to it. I am not 100% positive which ones of these have been where. I know these have been to Lathe, and I know this is for my Jool orbit. And I'm pretty sure that these three were landed on Tylo, orbiting Tylo, and but oh no, this was flying through. Then what? This one's gonna go to Polar Bop. This one's gonna go to Polar Bop, and then these two pods right here are going to be the ones that take them to Polar Bop. So yeah. Meanwhile, this ship is going to Vall, and that's what we're going to do today. So I've got a maneuver node here that I've fiddled around with the ship, so I want to make sure my maneuver node still gets me a nice Vall encounter, and it looks like it does. Okay, it's a 586.3 meter per second burn. I have no idea how long it's going to take. These are the only 4 engines running. My fuel is lopsided, but I don't care. The ship itself should be balanced, and ideally these rocket engines should pass by this ship. I'm sure it'll work. I'm so sure it'll work, I'm not even going to think about test burning. I'm going to hit F5, though. Let's assume that we can do this burn in, say, 2 minutes, and throttle up. And we are apparently doing this, and it is going to be about 2 minutes, so I was right there. Okay, we have our collision course, so let's go ahead and burn just to get out of that. I'd like to be about, let's say, 20 kilometers off of Vall. 27, that's perfectly good. Okay, we don't need this maneuver node anymore. This is going to be a great encounter. Okay, now at Vall here, we are going to burn a retrograde to give us a somewhat circular orbit, and that is going to cost us 709, so it's going to be about a 3-ish minute burn, give or take. I think 3 minutes is reasonable to do this, and it's also not even nearly enough fuel to be concerned about about how much fuel I have left in the ship, and just make sure I'm not draining fuel out of these guys via docking ports. I am not. And I realized here that I didn't really have plans for who was going to do these last 3 missions, and I just noticed I brought this along with me when I don't need it. So we've got Fonvigin, Francois, and Rob, and I figure Francois hasn't really done anything in the program. He's brand new, so we are going to actually let him do the landing. He is not in this pod. He is, I think, in the flying this thing. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we are going to. Now I can go back to my other guy, and he can get in. Yes. Okay. So now everybody's where they should be, and I just noticed also that this is backwards. I want this single pod to be on this guy. Not a huge deal. We can fix that once we get into orbit, although, is there any way? I think I'm going to actually disconnect this guy and connect him here. That way, before we get into orbit, we can take these readings and then dump them without dumping this ship as well. So I think that's something smart to do right now. Okay, we got him docked here, so now it's time to fast forward ourselves. Let's bring up the alarm clock. I'm getting concerned here. We do have... oh, I can take off one of these. There we go. And we've got 9 days, so I'm going to hit F5 here, 9 days out. And we are going to crank up the volume here. Get ourselves orbiting around, and we should be able to see Vall here. There it is. Okay, and now we are in the sphere of influence of Vall. We can take our crew report. We can take one of these. I'm gonna hit F5 again here. And I'm actually gonna plan for it to be 2 minutes and 45 seconds, I think. So we're just gonna go down to about here-ish. It's actually less, 2 minutes and 9 seconds. So let's go down to 1 minute and 5. And there we go. So I'll be back in 2 minutes when we are in orbit around Vall. Okay, we have kind of a crappy periapsis and apoapsis, but we are heading towards our apoapsis, so I think we're going to fix things up here. I think 30 by 30 is perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and actually we want to burn forward a little bit, just a little bit here, so that we don't crash into a mountain or something when the time comes. And now I'm going to hop out. Oh, look at the shininess here. I'm going to hop out here and collect all this data, and then we're going to dump the materials bays. And then I'm going to start planning my landing, and I'll come back when I'm doing that, when I'm actually doing the landing planning part. Okay, we are ready to land. I just noticed our Delta V... Oh, our Delta V isn't tight at all. We've got 3,700. I don't know what I was worried about. Okay, but we need to plan where we want to land. And we're going over to the dark side right now, so this is a bad time to pick anywhere, or to start to slow down. But I'm really liking this big flat area here. And I'm liking this flat area and this flat area. I think I'm going to go for this big one, unless Vall orbits really quickly. So... Let's do a preliminary plan like yeah, to bring us down right to the midpoint of this place. Kind of like that. It's going to rotate a little bit. So I think this is a good first guess here. And then we're going to speed up time. And my engines aren't ready. Just use this one because it's centered. Okay, how are we looking? We are coming down. Actually going to burn a little bit more. That's good. Right there. Okay. Now let's activate the other two engines. We should also hit F5 just to mark this occasion here. To slow down here is going to cost 856 meters per second. Our first stage has 1690 in it, which is more than enough. That means we... it's about double, so it's going to be about a 45-second burn. Hopefully we won't hit any of these mountains coming down. Are we stuck at 1 time? Cannot warp faster than 1 time. Yeah, we can. We can warp at 4 times. A little disturbing, but we're going to pass it slightly on the left. Which I'm going to say is a good thing. Let's see, and that's right here, I guess. Yeah, I made this a base, and I think I'm gonna keep it a base. It's funny. But we got 5 minutes. So I'll be back. Actually, we could do some. I might as well do this crew report. Don't need it actually, but oh, here's Tylo. We already conquered you. Okay, I'll be back when we are ready to go. I suck. I don't know when I stopped recording, but I landed. So there's that. I hope you at least saw the failure, but I don't think I stopped recording after. I thought I stopped recording after the failure. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm going to restore from quick save and do the landing again. Because I love you guys. Okay, what I'm going to do here is... Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start right now. I'm just going to kill my horizontal velocity right now. I'm going to try to land in this big wide open spot right here. Because this area here looks perfect for landing. So I'm just going to kill all my horizontal velocity, do it very inefficiently. There we go. Now turn the HUD off. I do like the ability to do that with the HUD. That's for sure. Okay, we're dropping at a fairly fast speed here. We are 20 seconds away. I think when we get to 10, I can hit the gas. Probably should lower the landing gear. Okay, now we're at a more manageable speed. Let's find our shadow. Somewhere. There it is. Okay, just keep us going under 25 meters per second. So we can hit the gas right at the end. Actually, this might be a perfect slowdown, although it looks like we're going to be going a little too fast. And we're right next to a nice rock. This is a better landing. This is a better landing than the one we had before. That fake one that you guys didn't see. Okay, now I'm going to stop the recording, though. And I'm going to do all my science that's really boring that you guys don't care about. And I will be back in a little bit. Okay, Francois says, this rock looks like my kitty cat. I don't know if you have a kitty cat, Francois. But Francois Kerman does. It looks nice. Okay, Francois. Back in the ship. Let's dump that thing off and get ourselves back into space. We're going to space. Whoopsie. It has just enough propellant to not crash into the surface. Okay, get back in. Okay, let's dump this thing. We don't need it. Undock. Let's dump it backwards. Come on, fall. Okay, there we go. Use all of our monoprop up. Okay, hopefully that won't affect our takeoff. The ship is... we can just launch up shorter than the ship. Our apoapsis cannot be higher than 30. Okay, and we're going to go east, which is... let's see. This is normally pointing down, so east is going to be straight up. And I'm right. Okay, our apoapsis cannot get above 30. There we go. Our vertical velocity is fine. Let's just keep going prograde here. Let's get it up to say, oops, there go those. Crap. There we go. 20 should be fine. I don't think there are any mountains higher than 20 on the thing. Now this is now the lander that's going to land on both pole and bob. That's the idea behind dropping those legs. Okay, so when we get to our apoapsis, which is 3 minutes away, so I'm not going to make you watch this, I'm going to circularize, and you've seen me rendezvous a billion times. I will be back when these ships are docking. Okay, we are 600 meters away from Valpollo. It is nighttime, but we have pumped up the ambient light just a little bit, thanks to the ambient light mod. There's Jool out there in the distance. There's Tylo. Everything in this game is so pretty. I really love this game. Obviously, otherwise I wouldn't bother recording it on YouTube. And here comes our ship. We're just going to pull up right next to it. Come to a stop here. I tried to hit... Let's use RCS. Screw it. Okay, turn RCS off. Okay, now let's. We're gonna do everything with the little ship. So, you've seen this before. There's absolutely no reason to show you this, but hey, why not? We got nothing else to do in this mission, right? But yeah, let's just get aimed at it. Never hurts to see a docking. There's that. Actually, I don't need to pull him. Screw it. Set that as the target. Control from here. Let's get our two things aligned here. Might as well rotate it. Doesn't really matter. Okay, forward a little bit with the RCS. Get us going this way. Yeah, we already got fine controls on. That's how crazy this is. We're basically not going forward, though. Now we are. Okay, that should do it. I'm so confident of my abilities, I'm turning on 4 times time warp. I'm no longer confident of my abilities. And I'm out of monoprop. Why did I do that? I'm a moron. Good thing I quick saved. Oh wait, no I didn't. Okay. We can fix this. We can fix this. You stay there. I'm so confident in my abilities, I'm gonna do time acceleration. Because I'm a freaking moron. Okay. I'm so glad I recorded this so you could see it. So I could demonstrate to you how not to dock 2 ships together. Okay. Now let's get these guys aimed at each other. Luckily this guy's fairly well balanced on his monoprop. And he has not very much of it. Well, I mean a decent amount. There we go. That's the way you're supposed to do it. Okay, turn this off. Let's get rotated. Somewhat close to what we want to be here. There we go. That'll do it. I'm not going to screw around with time warp this time, though, because I learned my lesson. I almost said I'm not a moron, but I just proved to you that I was, so I'm not going to say that. Okay, let's get these guys home. You don't need to see that part, obviously. I will be back when they are at the station. Okay, I have done a little bit more than what I said I was going to do. I got back to my ship, wherever it is. There it is, up there. Joolpollo return vessel. If you want to see it. It looks pretty. I also reconfigured everybody. This here is the next thing to go to another planet after this one. Either Pole or Bop, depending on where I'm going now. And this one is going to be on the ship. I also threw this away because I don't need it anymore. Because this guy has more than enough Delta V to get to where he's going. Especially because I'm only enabling this engine. I'm a little bit concerned that I need to send another refueler out is the problem. I've put very little fuel in this guy. Just enough to so that this engine can get me to, and here's the fun part, it looks like I'm going to Bop. I'm going to do a burn here that aligns my orbit with Bop and gets me a connection here. And then I've got a burn planned here that just gets me outside of Tylo's orbit, so I don't have to worry about an encounter with Tylo. Once I get those things done, Then it's just figure out how to get to Bop. So let's go ahead. Now that you've seen this, I'm not going to show it to you. But when I get to Bop, that's when I'm going to end this episode. And then we're going to do the Bop landing and the entire pole mission next episode. And then we're going to return. And hopefully right after that, Kerbal Space Program 0.24 will come out. Because it's obviously right on the horizon. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, we just entered Pole or Bop or whoever this is, Sphere of Influence, and we are seriously low on fuel. This guy, I've emptied almost all the fuel out of him. This guy has a pretty much full tank, but yeah, it's going to be interesting coming home. Let's see what it's going to take to get this guy into orbit, and I think I'm just going to get him into orbit. I don't care about very circular, because this guy has far more delta V than he needs. It's only 45. That's easy. He has far more delta V than he needs to land, so I'm going to use the least amount of delta V I can use to slow this guy down. And then we can also use that. Burning at Periapsis to get us out of Pole's Sphere of Influence, and then we're going to have to do some shenanigans to get back to the ship, I think. But we'll figure it out. Let's see. We've got. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just load him up with fuel. I've been doing this the whole time, filling him up with fuel. Okay, he is out of fuel up here, so there is no fuel left in this entire ship. It's all on you. So, 45 meter per second burn in about 2 hours. Let's go ahead and crank it down here. Still high over Bop. Darn it all. So, we're going to have to do this burn, and then we're going to have to burn it apoapsis to bring us down. Not a huge deal, but kind of annoying. Okay, let's see. It can't be more than a 5-second burn, maybe 10. Let's go right down to Periapsis. As soon as we're caught, there we go. And okay, I'm going to bring my apoapsis down, or my periapsis down, to whatever low over Bop is. This is Bop, right? Bop, yeah. Okay, and they look so the same. I don't know what the difference between Pole and Bop are, other than distance and slightly different anomalies on them. But anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna look that up in the wiki, and then I'll be back once I'm ready to start landing. Actually, no, tell you what, we're at Bop. This is where I'm going to end the episode. When I come back, I'll be landing. Next episode. I hope you enjoyed watching me get to Bop on very low fuel. I enjoyed getting to Bop on very low fuel. I am Fifth Horseman, and I will, as always, talk at you later.